Thank you. Okay, so we'll get started as we wait for other people to jump in. But thank you guys for joining us for our first Lunch and Learn for Asia of this school year, or of this calendar year. So we have Gail Corcoran with us. She's the founder of Preferred Massage Therapy, an Indigenous registered massage therapist who is an intuitive professional that works with people and partners with companies to bring wellness to their workplace. Winner of the 2024 Health and Wellness Award, Gail believes that having access right on site, it gives people a better opportunity to invest time in their wellness and have amazing ripple effect into their lives. Gail's also a certified ergonomic office evaluator. She supports workplace wellness through stress relief, injury prevention, and ergonomic education. We've had the pleasure of having Gail at our work site, and it was amazing, and our staff really appreciated her coming in. If you guys have comments or questions while we're going through the presentation, just throw them in the chat and then we can answer those at the end. So welcome, Gail. Thanks for coming today.
Well, thank you again for having me, Brandy. This opportunity is, yeah, very much, I'm very much grateful for it. And so my talk, I'm excited to share with you about the enhancing health and safety through massage for Asia. I'm sharing this slide actually because I'm not sure if anybody has had a chair massage here before, but this is the chair unit that we would use. It's meant to support every area of your body, so you're kind of floating in it. And this chair capacity, actually, my chair has 650 pound limit on it. And my purpose is just to show how chair massage can align with your goals and education. And I'm going to invite you to leave your contact info in the chat if you'd like me to reach out to you. So this is the agenda for today, the role of massage therapy in occupational health. I'm going to dive into some stress-related illnesses because I think we hear a lot about that, but until we know what the impact is when our systems are under duress, we're not going to know what we're helping with massage if we don't kind of have a review of these illnesses, as well as some musculoskeletal disorders as well. I'm going to talk a little bit about workplace stats and case studies, logistics and implementation. Like, how easy is it to implement chair massage into your office or into your school? And then I want to share some specific benefits that the educator receives. And then, of course, if there's any questions, we can do an open discussion as well at the end. So the thing I like to say about massage is that it releases tight muscles and it moves energy. But in fact, it actually does a lot more than that. Research shows that it can reduce these workplace injuries, can improve your circulation. And what I mean by that is when a muscle is tight, our tissues are tight, they actually constrict the blood flow to that area. And so by massaging it, we can release that tension and then have the blood flow to that area a lot easier. And with the blood actually comes oxygen and nutrients. And so you can see how it can speed recovery for us at the same time. It also has a powerful mental health impact. It can lower cortisol, and I'm actually going to include cortisol in my presentation with stress-induced illnesses because it's a stress hormone. It's a hormone that gets created when we're under chronic stress. Massage therapy can also help reset our nervous systems and help mitigate that burnout. Of course, it's going to reduce and prevent stress-induced illnesses. It's going to reduce musculoskeletal disorders, support your injury prevention and recovery, and yeah, just lower stress-related burnout in educational environments. So chronic stress is just not an emotional issue. It actually triggers all of these illnesses within our body. And people who are under high or chronic stress, like uh, nurses or educators, they're actually at a higher risk for these illnesses as well. Of course, being under stress, it can increase our cortisol. And yeah, so let's talk about the illnesses stress can produce. Oh, and this is me here. I'm actually at a caregivers event. It was for parents with autistic children, and it was a lovely event. The organizer just wanted these parents to have a day of respite, and I was so happy to be a part of that day. So this is somebody in the massage, and the massage actually was included in the price of the ticket. So my chair was smoking hot by the end of the day, we'll just say. So what is the role of massage therapy in OHS and stress-reduced illnesses? Well, first of all, what is it? A stress-induced illness is a physical and a mental health condition that actually gets triggered or worsened under by chronic stress. And when we stay in this fight or flight too long, these illnesses can affect every system in our body, which again, we're going to go through. So here's a breakdown of some of them. This is by no means an exhaustive list. This is just some examples that I've come up with. So mental health. So when we're under chronic stress too long, our mental health gets affected. And how does it do that? Uh, Anxiety. And this is racing thoughts, panic attacks, constant worry. This would be part of those stress-induced illnesses. It can also, encourage depression in somebody because, yeah, it's a low mood, it's fatigue, it's loss of interest in your life. So yeah, definitely depression, and of course burnout. And teachers and healthcare workers are actually at a higher risk for burnout because they have this component called compassion fatigue to their jobs. So they're they have compassion, but they can get fatigued from it if they're not having an outlet for it. Um, yeah, and also just managing patients and managing students as well, I would say. And how does cortisol layer that mental health? Well, cortisol actually affects the brain by putting us on a high alert and a heightened stress response. So that means that if something small just happens in my day, I forgot my purse, maybe at home for the day, it can actually get really raised up in my system because my system is not working optimally. Cardiovascular issues. So this is high blood pressure, hypertension, heart disease, and stress actually contributes to inflammation, cholesterol, and just basically having poor health habits. We're actually at a higher risk for stroke and heart attack because the high blood pressure, it's actually making our system work a little bit harder. And that is actually the job of cortisol. Because we're in this fight or flight, of course, it's going to raise our blood pressure because there's fear there, and the heart rate is gonna go up as well. So how does massage help this? Well, we have a central nervous system. It's got three parts: the enteric system, which is more a gut system, and then we have the parasympathetic and the sympathetic system. So the sympathetic is our fight or flight, and the parasympathetic is kind of a rest and digest. So when you have a massage, it kind of shifts from one system to another. Yeah. our immune system. Right. So, yeah, working with that parasympathetic under cardiovascular issues, it actually helps promote digestion as well and other functions that conserve energy or bring us into that restorative process, like meditation would bring us into that parasympathetic, a soft walk, a mindful walk, gentle hobby, reading, just something that we're enjoying. And the other thing I wanted to share was a box breath, which is very effective in bringing our system down. So, how we do it, and you can join me if you'd like, is we breathe in for 4, we hold it for 4, we release for 4, and then we keep releasing for 4, and then we breathe in again. So then it's really meditative because it creates this easy to follow breath that we can all do. So immune system suppression. This is somebody with frequent colds or infections. Maybe they have a wound that is hard to heal. They're having a hard time healing it. It also contributes to inflammation, increased inflammation. And I used to work in offices for 25 years. And after I quit the office and I had my first dentist appointment, uh, they measured the inflammation in my gums and they went down significantly because I was in a high stress office. So that really brought it home to me what stress can actually do to us. My numbers went from 3s and 4s in inflammation to 1s and 2s. So it was really significant. And also, it can also stress can also affect our autoimmune system flare-ups. So if you have an autoimmune disease, it means that your immune system is attacking your healthy system and tissues by mistake. There's about 80 different autoimmune diseases, and uh, yeah, like for example, alopecia, lupus, rheumatoid arthritis, psoriasis. And what cortisol does is it actually suppresses our immune system. And so that way we may have lower or fewer, rather, white blood cells. Uh, it can also affect our sleep. So this is somebody with insomnia or maybe having a hard time sleeping, like staying asleep. And this is also fatigue, even after you've had a good night's rest. And this is also a sign of burnout as well, is that if you're sleeping and sleeping and sleeping and you just cannot get that rested feeling, it might be time to visit the doctor and just express some concerns about that. And regular massage will actually improve your sleep because massage gets us into our bodies and it's so we're grounded in us. And of course, if we're getting better sleep, our mental clarity is going to be better and our mood is going to be better. So, which could lead to fewer mistakes, better classroom management, better life management, really. Next is digestive problems. This is irritable IBS or irritable bowel syndrome. It's colitis, which is inflammation of the colon. It can be heartburn or acid reflux and appetite changes, which of course can lead to weight gain or weight loss. I gotta have a drink. So, how does cortisol affect our digestive system? Well, cortisol is actually responsible for the disruption in the digestion processes. And it also messes with our metabolism because it will increase glucose production, which could lead to weight gain, especially around the middle. And the only way we get away from that weight is to get rid of the inflammation. And the last condition I have is skin conditions. So this is eczema, psoriasis, hives, acne flare-ups, and cortisol. Uh, cortisol is responsible sometimes for the acne because it makes for thinner skin. So again, these are not, it's not an exhaustive list, but it's also not, none of these issues happen isolated. All because all of our systems work together. If I have a tension headache, I'm probably not going to sleep very well. And if I don't sleep well, my digestion might be a little bit off for that day as well. So again, they all work together, and it's really just our body's way of saying, "I'm not coping well." Yeah, the body is always trying to give us messages. In fact, as a massage therapist, one of the things I look for when I give a massage is the skin, because the skin will tell all. It will actually show me where the pain is because it will, um, create some kind of acne, some kind of little rash around the area that is calling out for some help. So, yeah, educators are of course passionate about what they do, and they're givers, and sometimes at the expense of their own well-being. When stress isn't addressed, it becomes a health risk, not just a mental load on them. And just having a wellness program set up in the school or the office actually does help with the psychology of the issue because the person who works there knows that their health, their well-being is actually considered. And so it just helps with the psychology, even if they don't take advantage of it. It's just nice to have that um, that support there if they need it. So of course, this is also going to contribute to higher retention, to lower burnout, and just as I said, a more positive workplace culture, which would be key goals in any OHS plan. For staff that already have mild injuries or stress, massage will boost that circulation and encourage healing. So it supports that faster recovery and potentially avoiding sick leave or long-term disability. So massage actually is a proactive safety tool. It can also be an intervention as well. Because it helps to manage stress and get that circulation going, relieve some pain, and just maintain that healthy body system. So yes, I wanted to talk separately about uh, the role of massage therapy in OH&S in musculoskeletal disorders. Uh, so what is it? What is this MSD? It's really this musculoskeletal disorders is really a general term used for painful conditions that affect the muscles, the joints, the ligaments, the tendons. Yeah, so it's just that they kind of give that name to all of that. And the disorders are actually caused by repetitive movements, forceful exertions, like maybe a teacher lifts up a box of paper. That's a forceful exertion. And then they have muscle strain in their backs. Or awkward positions. I often think of teachers crouching down at the desk. They're twisted and they're trying to balance themselves as well as trying to teach the student as well. So, yeah, of course, the result is going to be stiffness, pain, and limited motion with these MSDs. The neck, a neck and shoulder strain is another one from long hours of grading papers, computer work, lower back pain from standing or sitting too long, wrist and hand issues like carpal tunnel. And this could be from typing lesson plans, from reports, or if they're on their computers a lot. Again, this tendonitis in the shoulder or the elbow from repetitive movements like motions like mousing uh, and lifting books. So this is really like your pain, your tension headaches, back, shoulder, neck pain, and actually jaw pain as well. Clenching is actually a stress response, and it's really just the way of the body doing whatever it needs to do to release that stress and get back to balance. And I would be remiss if I didn't talk just at least a paragraph worth of ergonomics, because the average WCB claim in Alberta is $17,700, which I'm sure maybe you guys all already know. But ergonomics is simply the science of matching the workstation to the worker instead of trying to match the worker to the workstation. So when we're matching the workstation to the worker, we're giving all kinds of support for that workstation, for that person. You know, and we're all different heights. We all weigh different weights. We all have longer bodies or shorter bodies. And so ergonomics is going to play a large role in preventing the MSDs. So by fitting the worker to the with ergonomics, it reduces physical strain and risk of injuries by designing the workstation and the workflows to minimize stress. Because who wants to go to work if we're always in pain? Yeah, it's going to improve the safety. So this our friend here, she might come for a massage for a neck because you can see how she's not ergonomically set up here. This laptop should be on a riser for her so that she's not crouching. Maybe her shoulders are in pain as well. And just like as a massage therapist, I can massage and massage and massage. But if this lady just returns back to her workstation like this, the pain is only going to get released for so long. And then she'll be back. So, and just so you guys know, the the average, like if you have me come out and do an ergonomic evaluation, it's going to cost you less than $200. And so if you match that up with the average WCB claim, you can see that it would be worth the investment. Uh, yeah, it would be worth the investment. Okay, so let's talk about workplace stats and case studies. So in Canada, there are 78% of educators that reported they feel often stressed. 40% of them actually experience work-related musculoskeletal pain. And yeah, another interesting fact is stress is actually the top cause of long-term and short-term disability. In 2022, there was a study done by that was called Stress, Burnout, Anxiety, and Depression Among Teachers. And it was done by the International Journal of Environmental Research and Public Health. They reported that 23% of teachers had mental distress. They had fatigue, anxiety, GI tract issues, which is really just digestion issues. And in Canada, measuring absenteeism, Alberta had 7.9 days on average versus the national average of 11.6. So I always think we're built a little bit stronger in Alberta. The other interesting fact that I learned was total Alberta educators uh, is 168,000. I thought that was significant because then I went back and I looked at the percentages, and it kind of brought home the amount of people that are off in stress and that are experiencing pain at their job. And that's about almost 7% of the total working force in Alberta. I thought that was really significant. So in 2013, there was a real case study done where one school district introduced monthly chair massage days, and they saw a 30% reduction in stress-related absences, and the morale improved by 22%. And that was based on uh, uh, staff surveys. They reduced their WCB claims and lowered their injury-related costs. So you can see chair massage is not just a feel-good perk in the office. It's a powerful tool for reducing these stress-related illnesses that we just talked about. And it's really an investment that pays off by creating this healthier, more attractive workplace for educators and support staff as well. So how easy is it to have chair massage brought in? This is also Chair Massage 101, my original agenda. This is my company at a Womanition event. And I just wanted to share this because you can see that all of these three ladies are working, and they're not having to use a lot of space. And chair massage, I love it because it actually targets the back, shoulders, neck, which is ideal for people like teachers who are standing, who are uh, kind of always on the move. So our team will bring everything that's required. And these are some other reasons why I just love chair massage for the office is that it's an easy setup. And there's a quick verbal intake that we do. So I might start with, is there anything I need to know about your health today? Do you have diabetes, high or low blood pressure? Are you experiencing some unexplained headaches? Are you recovering from an injury? Is there any bruising I can't see? And if it's a woman, I'll ask if she's pregnant. So it's really that fast. So I love that because there's not a lot of time dealing with paperwork. There's also, I don't use any oils, creams, or lotions during my massage in a chair because then you don't have to walk around the office smelling like Japanese mint oil. There's no danger of you having it all in your hair and on your business clothes. So I like that too. There's no tools used. In massage, we have different tools like washaboards, bamboo sticks. I have this porcelain bowl that I can roll up and down the spine. And I don't allow that because it's all hands on. And there's very much uh, benefit to that that's not talked about. It's the human touch that is my intentions to help the person in the chair to the best of my ability gets transferred. That energy gets transferred to the person in the chair, and it's just a wonderful benefit. And there's no clothing removed, which is nice too. I always think, who wants to be naked at work? You know, yeah. All right. So the other great thing is that I have an online system. So there's an online sign up where the staff member will put in their benefits. They'll agree to any waivers. I also create a unique QR code for your school so that if we do set up um, days in the future, somebody can just walk by and scan that QR code, and they know when the next massage date is available for them. I only use 2,200-hour massage therapists, no students. And the reason why this is important is because in our scope of practice, we're allowed to give stretches, we're allowed to give exercises as part of our scope to help that person release the muscle or tension. I'll also provide a welcome letter so that my contact can just send it out and the staff have everything that they need in that letter um, to understand what's going on as far as the chair massage day. Uh, I usually will set up 15 or 30-minute sessions, and that seems to work well in our office or school. And there's direct billing available to ASCBP. And the only thing I really require is a small private space and a contact so that I can send out reminders and hang up the posters. So it's very quick and organized. Excuse me. It's low disruption with high impact addition to any wellness initiative. So what are some specific benefits to educators? So massage therapy actually does support OHS goals by preventing these physical injuries and managing muscle guarding. So if you're muscle guarding, that's a stress response. And that's why some of us carry our tension in our shoulders, in our neck. Maybe we experience tension headaches, lower back, because when we're in that fight or flight, our bodies are not kind of loosey goosey. They're ready for fight or flight. So schools that offer wellness programs actually reduce physical tension in key areas like the back, shoulders, neck. It does lower cortisol. It improves sleep quality and thereby including mental clarity and mood as well. So I love that. Um, it also accelerates our recovery. And of course, I know we talked about this, but it boosts circulation, improves that blood flow, it reduces inflammation and breaks down scar tissue as well. And it also, when you boost your circulation, you're getting all this great nutrients and oxygen to all of your body. Um, it actually does aid the immune system as well. And this is probably my favorite benefit, is that um, it creates this quality break for teachers. So instead of shake, rattle, and rolling like they usually do, maybe on their break, it creates this great moment of stillness for them to reset themselves in the midst of a hectic day. And we're also giving back their time by having it on site. So instead of saying coming to me for a massage, they have to travel from their school to my office, have the massage, and then start going off on their day. Um, it, yeah, it's giving them back their travel time, uh, yeah, to do what they want to do for their personal lives. Maybe they want to meet up with friends, which is good for our immune system. Laughing is so good for it. Um, yeah, and the other great thing is that it causes this great ripple effect because if somebody is showing up for themselves, they're going to show up better for their classrooms, for their meetings, for their relationships, for their friendships, for their families, which is really the ultimate. Um, so yeah, this great ripple effect gets gets happen happens um, when somebody has a massage, and all of this happens in just 15 minutes with, no clothing removed or even leaving the building. So I have worked in several different school divisions now at this point. And here are three things that I notice immediately. First of all, the morale improves, like immediate. People are sitting in my chair. They're reporting that um, they've been looking forward to this massage. They're excited. They woke up with a headache, and so now they can have a massage with it. And just knowing that their well-being is a priority makes a difference. Their physical complaints are going to go down. So somebody might walk in with a tension headache or upper traps or lower back pain, and they can honestly walk out without that condition or at least feel better about that. So it's a real-time stress relief. It's happening right there. And the third thing is that it's very easy to fit into their school day. So usually what happens is the principal will step up. They'll support the teachers by going into their classrooms and, managing that while they go off and have their massage. Yeah. And so, of course, it's not just about the massage, it's about retention and supporting their resilience in their very difficult job, and just reminding them that they matter. So at this point, I'd love to open the floor for questions. Maybe have a discussion about implementation in some school divisions. And I would love it if you would consider a pilot program or a wellness day, um, PD day, a post report card day. I shared with Brandy that I'm in 4 schools next week for Mental Health Week in Fort Saskatchewan. So I love that. I'd also love to offer you a bonus that I will come out and do a free ergonomic or a chair massage talk um, with each chair massage booking. That includes you, Brandy. Um, and a free gift, which I've just summarized this talk into, a one-page point in a point form, kind of giving you the highlights. So if you want that, you can just talk to Brandy because I'll just send it to her. Yeah. So thank you so much for your time and your attention and for all you do to support the teachers who give so much.
Are you talking, Brandy? Because I can't hear you. Can anybody else hear her?
How about now?
Hey, that works.
Oh my God.
There.
Okay, thank you, Gail, for your presentation. That was really informative, and I was writing down questions as you were talking, but then throughout your presentation, you answered them for me. So one of my questions was, the feedback from schools, or is there any stats on the benefits of chair massage? And I was really surprised with the one 30% reduction in stress and staff when they're implementing that massage. And I know when we were doing it here at Elk Island Public Schools, it was really beneficial for our staff to pop out on their breaks and get a little, like a little reliever, especially for those of us who ignore our health when we leave the workplace. So really, really appreciate that. Does anybody have any questions for Gail or comments? You can just turn on your microphone if you do. No, no, I don't think there's any questions out there.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's great. I
Hmm.
really enjoy doing this. And yeah, just kind of talking about how we can prevent some of this and taking care of ourselves right on site.
Mhm,
Um, yeah, it's a phenomenal program. And the more that I do it, the more that I know that there's a need for it
mhm.
as well.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
okay, well, if there
Hmm.
is no questions, I will sign off.
Okay, thank you
on.
so much, Gail. We'll have your presentation on our page available to all of our people who have a membership.
Okay.
We
Yeah.
can
Yeah,
share
no,
a
that sounds really good.
copy of it to you as well if you'd like.
Sure, sure, I would like that. Yeah, that's great. Thanks, Trina, for offering that.
No problems.
Okay.